Your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO, as it is Tuesday, and it is time to talk with Sybil Soukup from the Humane Society of North Iowa. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Always happy to be here.
Well, I know we had a nice conversation about dogs last week. We're going to switch it up and talk about cats this week.
Yes, we got plenty of kitties to talk about, but particularly I want to talk about two and focus on them.
Okay.
With spring around the corner, it's kind of getting time for patio parties and, get-togethers, potlucks. So you need to have a refreshing drink at those parties.
Okay.
So might I suggest Hawaiian Punch and Ocean Spray. I had to get their names correct.
Now, those are the names of the cats.
Those are the names of the kittens.
You're not offering drinks.
No, I'm
names.
not. So, we have to be creative with names because we get so many animals at the shelter. And especially when a litter of animals comes in, particularly the kittens, we try to name them with a theme.
Sure.
So that we can say, like, hey, are the berry kittens available for adoption? And we'll have like raspberry, blackberry, blueberry, strawberry as the names. So this was the drink, the sugar drink.
The sugar drink kittens.
So Mama's name was Juice Box.
Okay.
And so then her kittens were named Hawaiian Punch and Ocean Spray, Sunny D, Capri Sun.
Okay.
And I might be missing one because they've been adopted. But Hawaiian Punch and Ocean Spray still remain at the shelter. And so they came into the shelter last June. So we're coming up on a year.
Wow.
But, this is the time of year, and from now until June, when we see a huge influx of kittens coming into the shelter. It's kitten season. And so, there's only so many kittens we could get adopted out,
right?
And some get overlooked. And these are two that did. And so they're coming up on a year, which is a long time, to be in the shelter. But now we're going to start getting in more new kittens, young kittens.
Right.
And I don't want these two to be overlooked. So Hawaiian Punch and Ocean Spray are two kitties that are siblings. They're both female. Ocean Spray is a black and white kitty. I'm having to look at their pictures because they look so similar. I have to make sure I tell them apart.
Right.
Ocean Spray is a female. She's black and white. She's in that, 7 to 8 month range. Mm-hmm. So she's kind of got that past the little baby kitten, but not quite full grown adult. So she's lanky teenager stage. So she is fun and vivacious and joyful and loves to play. Takes her a minute to get used to a new person. Her mom was very protective of these babies when they had them in the shelter. And so it takes them a little bit to come out of their shell. But, the way to win her heart is to come in with a feather toy and some catnip. I mean, that's how you can kind of win the heart of most any shelter cat, but especially her. And then the other kitty is Hawaiian Punch. It's Ocean Spray's sibling. Now she is a calico, and all calico cats, I won't say all, I never say all, almost all that I have ever seen. Calico cats are female. There's some gene explanation that I don't really have the knowledge to speak, scientifically about. But she is a calico, and calicos are kind of known as being a little sassy, a little bossy, a little saucy, and she is exactly that. So Hawaiian Punch, she won't punch you, but she will boop you. And when she wants some, head scratches, she'll come up and give you a boop, and that's your cue. You better get rubbing some tummies and give her some chin scratches. And she's a real fun kitty too. But both of these kitties are available for adoption at the Humane Society. They came in with their mom as strays last year, like I said.
Okay.
Everybody else has since been adopted except for these two. And so it's their turn. They've been waiting. And now with all the new kittens coming in, I don't want them to get overlooked again. Secondly, we always say that, saving one life is great, but saving two lives is twice as nice.
Right.
And it's really beneficial for the cat as well. And so when you adopt a cat from the Humane Society, you pay an adoption fee, and that helps us to cover the expenses that we put into that cat, the spay, the neuter, vaccinations, their care. It doesn't cover everything, but we try to get it to cover a lot of things. If you adopt a second cat, the adoption fee is half price. So it's a BOGO deal kind of.
Right.
But in my own experience, I speak from this experience. I had a single cat for years and years and years, and I thought he'd never want a friend. And then when he passed away, I got two cats. And what a difference it makes. Like, they have each other to hang out with. They have more confidence with each other. When I'm gone for the day at work or on a vacation, I know that my kitties have
That
a
built-in
friend.
that built-in friend.
Yep, that friend. And then also, I'm a real smother mother, and sometimes like one of my cats doesn't want to cuddle or is busy.
Right. Right.
Well, then you got to spare. So, having 2 cats around the house is a really good idea for them and for you. So it's not required, but I would love to see Ocean Spray and Hawaiian Punch go home together.
You talked about the adoption fees, but talk about the adoption process itself, how easy that is.
So basically, we have an adoption application that we have people fill out. It does, ask a lot of questions because we want to make sure it's going to be a good fit for you and for the animal, and that this pet that you're wanting to adopt is going to meet the expectations that you have of what kind of pet you want. So we do ask a lot of questions. Our application is available on our website, which is hsni.org. That's HSNI as in Humane Society North Iowa.org under the forms tab. So there's a dog and cat application. So that's your first step, is to either come to the shelter and see the animals and pick one out and apply, or do your application online and then come to the shelter and see who you mesh with. We do a few basic checks. The big ones are, do you own your own home? Or if you rent, does your landlord say it's okay? Because we don't want to send an animal into a home where landlord says, nope, see ya. So that's the big thing. Another one is that we check to see if your current pets or previous pets within a few years were taken to the vet regularly and had their vaccinations kept on track. And if you've taken good care of them, because we want to send our animals into homes where their emotional and physical, but also medical needs will be met. And so we want to make sure that our animals are going into homes that will meet all those needs, and we're kind of stewards for these animals. Right. So those are kind of the basic steps. Fill out the application. Sometimes we have animals that are ready to go the same day, like they've had all their vet work done. They're good to go. Other times we need to get the animal in for spay or neuter work or vet work or whatnot. So it just depends on who you pick. But, we try to be as expedient as we can be, but also thorough in making sure it's a good match for you and them. So you can view all of our animals on our website, which, like I said, is hsni.org, or even better, come see them in person. We have beautiful spaces at our shelter. We have a kitty corner that has 5 different suites of cats. We have community rooms for our kitties. We have like 11 different rooms for cats. And then we have major big rooms for our dogs as well. But come out to the shelter and visit and see everyone that we have available for adoption. We're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, Saturday from 10 till 2.
And like you mentioned last week, you're always looking for volunteers.
Always in need of volunteers. We have a very wonderful staff, but their day is spent, cleaning up, doing the dirty work.
Right.
So they get to have the fun, but it's more of the dirty work. So we absolutely rely on volunteers to come out and walk the dogs, play with the cats. We have some people who come out and they'll bring a book with them and they'll just sit in the cat rooms and read. And, within a minute,
they've got a full audience there.
Yeah, they'll have several kitties on their lap, and it's a wonderful content area to be in. And we have relaxing pet music that is piped in through all of the animal rooms. So it's just kind of a Zen environment, So, but yes, we absolutely rely on volunteers, and information about volunteering is also found on our website. There are some age requirements. We welcome group visits, but we also ask that you schedule those. But all that information is found on our website, hsni.org, under the How You Can Help tab.
All right. Sybil, appreciate you coming in again. And
always a pleasure.
Talk to you next week again.
Sounds great.
All righty. Sybil Soukup with the Humane Society of North Iowa here on your hometown news station, AM 13.